Hi, I'm Cristina Smith, creator along with my super duper brilliant genius brother, Rick Smith, of the Yoga for the Brain series of profound philosophy and fun puzzle books. We are celebrating the release of our fifth book in the series, Inspired Wisdom Word Search Yoga for the Brain, featuring 60 contributing authors. Our celebration includes hanging out with a few of them, and today we have with us Denise Lewis Premschak. She is the author of puzzle number 32, Soul Evolution. Welcome, Denise.
Thank you, Christina. Good to be here.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I have a full and rich life, which has been composted by many experiences over the years. And that means family, rich work, delicious work over time, and such a connection to source and beingness on the planet.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, that's when we're people with lots of interests and like to create our life as we go along, we have lots of things that we do, right? It becomes our life becomes our creative project, right?
Absolutely. And it has been one. It's been a real ride. Loved it every minute.
That's awesome. So in Soul Evolution, what you're talking about in your puzzle is how you relate our lives and our life experience to the same kind of process as a plant, right?
Yes, yes. And all of the iterations of plants and how they go through their lives pretty much applies. And then,
I would just read this to you just because you say, just as fruit trees go from seed to sprout to tree to bloom to fruit to harvest to fall to dormant, we cycle through stages. Like the seasons, recognize the circumstances come to pass, they do not come to stay. Could you talk about that a little bit?
oh, one of my favorite sayings, and how to get through the fullness and richness that life brings us often. Uh, Things come to pass, they don't come to stay. That has helped me so many times in just facing what is in front of me and knowing that that particular moment isn't necessarily what it's about.
This too shall pass, basically, right?
Pretty much, yes.
And so what about all the times that you think are pretty like awful in your life? Are those good food for thought, or is that part of the whole process? How do we make all of this work in the cycle of life?
Well, I've been blessed with a real comfort level with life on earth. And life on earth brings us so many different levels of experience that inform us. That's really what I was trying to say in talking about compost. It's a clever way of saying our experiences get, it creates some nourishment for what is to come, yet to come, what is in our future. So as far as my own experiences that weren't necessarily all that pleasant sometimes, I have had a very grounded sense about them, even in the midst of them. And I feel very blessed that that's true. And my grounded experience means life on earth, and this is part of it, and it does pass. It does process through and become something that I can use later.
As we call them, growth opportunities, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So as we use our growth opportunities for fertilizer for the next opportunity, it just becomes a self-nourishing cycle as we allow things to pass. Would you say that's true?
Absolutely. Well said. Thank you.
Well, thank you. So Denise, what kind of puzzles do you like to do?
I've been hooked on crossword puzzles for a very long
Ooh,
time.
yeah.
And then I had a dear friend introduce me to Sudoku, which
Who would that
was,
be?
she kind of had a similar experience, Christina, you know it's you, with her attitude towards Sudoku, and then the overcoming of that attitude toward something more like a pattern. I am a pattern seeker in life, and that Sudoku really helps that.
Well, pattern seeking is a puzzle, and that's one of the huge benefits of doing puzzles is it helps the pattern seeking part of your brain, and it makes more connections and really enhances your neuroplasticity. So that's one of the big benefits of doing puzzles.
Oh my, and as aging happens, that is helpful.
And I know that you've been a real seeker in the puzzle of unfolding consciousness. Is that true?
Always, yes. Yes.
And when we approach our life as a cycle, just like the plant cycle, with consciousness, then it becomes something completely different than a drudge. Would you say that's true?
I would say that's absolutely true.
So what kind of advice would you give to someone who's feeling in the kind of maybe in the compost heap? What would you advise them to do? How would you help them move through that?
Be still and know that there is richness in what will grow.
Oh, that's beautiful, Denise. Denise, thank you so much for your sage advice. Thank you for contributing your voice to Inspired Wisdom Word Search Yoga for the Brain. You can get your copy and read Denise's puzzle and play with her puzzle and discover her secret message at barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, target.com, or at a bookstore somewhere. Go in and ask for it by name. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye for now.
Thanks for inviting me in. Bye.